Well, welcome back. President Biden will address the nation this morning on his administration's response to the new Omicron variant. Travel restrictions coming into the United States take effect overnight for 8 South African countries in order to prevent the spread of this new variant. It has now been detected in several countries, including Canada. Joining me right now is Johns Hopkins School of Public Health professor and Fox News medical contributor, Dr. Marty Makary. And Dr. Makary, it's always a pleasure to see you. Your reaction to this new variant?
Well, we know there are more mutations, and the question is, does it bind to existing antibodies? It's unlikely that this new Omicron variant evades immunity, but in the small chance that it does, why don't we find out quickly? We've got the entire world economy on hold. We've got travel bans. We've got New York State now halting elective surgery. We've got 4 BLA4 labs in the United States, the highest security level labs. It takes about 6 hours to do the experiment. You take the new sample of the virus and you see whether or not it binds to the antibodies, and we get the answer. Unfortunately, we're in this quagmire now where we're waiting, and there's a lot of speculation and fear that's looming.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Why haven't they done this already? I mean, before creating all of this panic. Dr. Makary, give me a break. The price of oil was down 13% on Friday. The stock market down 1,000 points on the Dow. Nearly a dozen countries have confirmed this case of this new variant. But what do we know about it? Top health officials are warning that it's likely already in the United States anyway, even though it has not been detected yet. Do you think it's in the U.S.?
I think it's almost certainly in the United States right now. It's in about 24 countries around the world that we know of, with sometimes no associations and very geographically distributed. So we've got to learn to live with COVID. That means there's going to be new variants that emerge from time to time in perpetuity, and so far, out of 2,000 plus different variants of COVID-19, none of them have evaded the immune system. So we've got a good track record now to say that it's highly unlikely that it evades immunity. And by the way, in the small chance that it does, the new drugs coming out by Merck and Pfizer, and Roche has one that's also expected to come out, these are pan-coronavirus antivirals. That is, they work on all variants, and other therapeutics like fluvoxamine also work on a common pathway. So we've got good tools in the small chance that we've got to go back, regroup, and develop a new booster shot specific to Omicron.
And Dr. Moderna and Pfizer are also both working on the booster shots for Omicron. In terms of this booster news, I mean, look, these companies are making tens of billions of dollars on vaccines. Do you believe a booster shot is needed right now to fight this new variant?
There's no evidence that it's necessary. You know, remember, the FDA voted just 2 months ago down by a 16-2 vote. They voted down boosters for everybody. There's still concerns about just pumping more and more shots into young people, and especially my concern that people with natural immunity have been blown off. They have neutralizing antibodies that work against the virus, but these are antibodies the government has not recognized. So we've got to recognize natural immunity. No one talks about it. And we've got to recognize our new therapeutics, which you never hear our public health officials talk about. Fluvoxamine, which reduced death by 91% in a randomized controlled trial. These are not drugs with the controversies of ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine. These are top journal-published randomized controlled trials with solid evidence behind them.
Yeah, I mean, you made so many important points there, Dr. Makary. Thank you so much for that. It's amazing to me that this administration completely blows off the immunity one gets from the infection. Let me bring Dagan McDowell in here right now. Go ahead, Dagan.
Dr. Makary, when is the Merck pill going to be on the market? And again, these are medications that you would take before you ever go to a hospital to treat COVID. There is zero reason for hysteria. There's zero reason for closures. There is zero reason that New York State would now ban elective surgery because of these therapeutics that are on deck.
Yeah, Dagan, look, fear is looming large right now, especially with this uncertainty around Omicron. The Merck drug is going to get voted by the FDA external experts on Tuesday, tomorrow, and I expect it to be on the shelf and available in pharmacies in about 2 weeks. We've pre-produced about 10 million doses, 3 million of which will be available by the end of the year in the United States. So these are very promising antivirals. Pfizer's also, they cut deaths to almost zero. Only one person in both the Pfizer and the Merck trial of their new antiviral drugs has died. That was a 90+% reduction in mortality.
Well, I can tell you for sure, many people are not buying this hysteria and this panic, Dr. Makary, from Anthony Fauci and his I am science craziness to this lockdown potential and these sell-offs in the markets and announcements of lockdowns on a day that the market has little liquidity and closes early because of Thanksgiving. Thanks very much for all of your incredible thought and work on this, Dr. Makary. Thanks very much. We'll see you soon.